We on? We live? Oh shit! You see me over here? I got the crackhead lighter. G, my bad, y'all. Hey, what's up, stoners? Hold on, I gotta get my blunt lit. Niggas had a long fucking day. Hey, you ever been late to work? Like you know you finna be late, but you get in the car and you still roll up. Like you know you gonna take 6 minutes, roll up real quick, flame your shit before you pull off. You might as well go. That's like coming into work late with some Dunkin' Donuts. Like y'all niggas really be doing that shit because I know I be doing that shit, man. What y'all got going on, man? Such a podcast. We at Fabre Studios. Excuse me, y'all. I had a long day, man. But that just came to bring something to like my attention. Y'all ever? I mean, I know a lot of y'all have, but y'all know that movie Baby Boy. Like that movie, real life depicts a young nigga's life. Like damn near to the T. Like if you ever really go and watch that movie, like on some young nigga shit, young man, young nigga shit. Like think about all the shit Jody ass went through in the movie. Like you know what I'm saying? Like niggas trying to get some money. He got to push the BM whip because he fucking down bad. You know, he got the side hustle going. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to get some money, feed the fam. He got the BM issues. They going through the arguments, the makeup, the arguments, the makeups. He worrying about dying left and right. He got the ops, man. Niggas in jail talking crazy. Like, his man's a high head they doing hits, bro. Like, his mom's getting boinked, all type of shit, bro. Like, by one of the OGs. Like, man, bro, when you really sit back and think about that movie, bro, it's like, damn, bro, they really took, like, a young nigga's life and put that shit into movie form, bro. And I feel like that movie's so fucking relatable on some young nigga shit because, like, niggas really go through them problems every single day. Like, especially if you got a little shorty running around, it's like you got your hustle, you know what I'm saying? Bro was slanging dresses, lots of niggas slang a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? Do what they got to do to put that food on the table. He put I can remember the scene when he come home. He come home with the dress. They all dress up the same. They go outside to the car. He show her the new rims and shit. Like, that's real young nigga shit, bro. Like, niggas will never know how good that shit'll feel. Like, you using your BM whip and you finally get some money and you get it together, put some tints and some rims on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Show your little appreciation in a different way. Put her in some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can go out to eat, whatever. Like, that's real young nigga shit, bro. Like, whoever really thought of that movie, bro, I don't even know who the fuck the director is of that shit, but kudos to that nigga, because, when I think about that shit, bro, it's like, damn, bro, it really just make you realize, like, it's better days out here, bro. Like, it's other niggas around this world, you know what I'm saying, going through the same shit you might be going through. So when you get to a spot where you fucked up, you kind of like, damn, bro, like mentally you can't lock in, bro. It's like, damn, some of these movies really help young niggas get through, especially young niggas that like ain't necessarily got like the supreme father figure in their life to like necessarily show them the ropes or share their experiences to them. Some of these movies really be talking crazy, and really be letting you know like what it is, how to move through this shit, what to do and what not to do, and most importantly, like when you watch these movies, especially a lot of these movies, these hood movies, right? Like we talk all the hood movies, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, you feel me? The Baby Boys of the world. When you watch these movies as young niggas, like, yeah, take what's relatable to your situation. But more importantly, take what not to do from these movies. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these movies do depict some of the negative aspects of a young black male's life. And yeah, it can be a lot of shit that's real life relatable on some young nigga shit. But definitely take that shit and learn from these kids' mistakes, like Menace to Society. Like they been hammed up the whole movie, got to look over their shoulder all because they trying to rob the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? Bro, then pull the trigger. Like that shit got back up with them towards the end of the movie. They plotting on moving to Kansas. Like they sweating every day. Like, bro, there's a lot of this shit that's in these movies that make you feel like, yeah, bro, these niggas out here doing it, moving around, woo, but really they not. You know what I'm saying? But on some down shit, it do let you know, like, bro, you're not the only one in these situations. You know what I'm saying? It's other people around that's going through it. It's like, damn, bro, shit can get hard, but you got to dig yourself out of that shit. Mamba mode, you know what I'm saying? Kobe, you feel me? RP Kobe, you got to throw it in Mamba mode and shit. Just lock in. But shit, yeah, man, that shit, I'm ready to go. God damn it. What's up, stoners? We in this bitch. I know last solo session we had, we ran deep down the motherfucking rabbit hole, man, talking about the World Fair, man. And shit, since then, I've been doing some shit, bro. Like, I've been up at night looking in the sky. You know what I'm saying? On some weird nigga shit. Like, nah, no, for real. But one thing that's, like, overly, like, that since I've been in this little rabbit hole of all the information that we trying to find out, don't really know, we get a glimpse of it, or we not really told the real answers to. Me and my guys, we do a lot of this talk and shit. And one thing we were talking about was the pyramids, right? Everybody's always got their speculation on what the fuck the pyramids are for. But something that the pyramids let me know, like in my thinking, is like, we are not the first civilization to like master extreme modern technologies. And with that being said, I can only go in forth to thinking we are not the only civilization to go to outer space. And as crazy as it might sound, right? It's like there's things like the pyramids in Egypt, for example. There's things about those pyramids that still to this day necessarily can't be figured out. Now, they say that those building blocks were built by slaves, thousands and thousands of men built these things. But there's also things about these pyramids that we know, and they kind of just get pushed to the hush-hush. Like the top of the pyramids, if I'm not mistaken, it was made out of some type of like gold or stone or something of that nature. But here we go again, running into these ties where these buildings, these massive figures, have some sort of stone on top of them. And yeah, man, a lot of speculation about those pyramids with the power. They say that these pyramids are power generators. We know that there's water underneath the pyramids as well. Like if you look at an actual diagram of what the Great Pyramids in Egypt look like, from like the inside, it's astonishing. If slaves built this, and slaves like let's just break this down. Slaves were told to build these things, right?
Stop the cap.
But if slaves really didn't get a chance to like learn anything, like slaves essentially are supposed to be dumb. Like the way that this was built to the precise and true north, west, south, and east, like the precise building of these things. Like, I don't know if there was some master archaeologist out there every day with every step of the way and how it was going, but these things are built perfectly, for what they were trying to accomplish. And, there's a lot of artifacts and things like that in these pyramids that are gone. But the most important thing to me about pyramids is that, like, the Great Pyramids of Egypt aren't the only ones. Like, there are pyramids all over the world, like literally all over the world. And I'm not a fucking historian, guys, so I'm not going to like go listing off where they're at. You guys can check them out. But there are several. And I was doing some research online, and they even said there are pyramids that they're now seeing with their new technology that they have hidden under the Amazon rainforest.
In the Amazon basin, in the lowland forests of Bolivia, archaeologists have discovered new evidence of an ancient civilization.
Different civilizations all use these pyramids. And, to me, I'm starting to think, like, why did so many civilizations all build pyramids? And what were the purpose of these pyramids? Now, we hear about the ones in Egypt. They say it's a tomb. They talk about the Mayan civilization. I don't even know what they say theirs is for. But we know some of these civilizations had advanced thoughts and findings. Like the Mayans, they invented, I believe, the calendar. and if I'm not mistaken, like how to read time with sundials and whatnot. And then you got the Egyptians. They learned how to preserve an entire human body. This is before we have technology, fucking cameras that can go inside bodies and all different types of shit. They've literally preserved bodies and hair, like from decomposing. No bugs, maggots, anything. And I don't think we take into account like how crazy shit like that is. Like we see shit like that in movies where they'll preserve bodies in a fucking, I don't know, a tube where there's like liquid and shit hooked up to their bodies and they look like a fucking fetus. But the Egyptians really did that. And so when you really think about it, I think that we aren't the first civilization to figure out like extreme technologies. And we're definitely not the first civilization to go outer space. Just given how great the pyramids were built, how we haven't been able to replicate some of these things, it's almost naive to say that, yeah, look at these pyramids, guys. There's so many different pyramids all over the world. All over the world, guys. And I mean, of course, we can, they'll show them and they'll say, oh, slaves built them and slaves did this, slaves did that. But realistically, guys, I mean, even if slaves did do this, what were they built for? Why were they built? What were we using them for? Like, to say that these pyramids were a tomb is kind of just overzealous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like, all right, yeah, but historically, that's not like how people buried themselves. And to say that a king was that cocky, that's kind of just wild. Look at this. Even Chavin Temple in Peru. This is crazy, guys. There's pyramids all over. Part of me thinks that these were some ways to like either communicate with one another. Like there's so many Nubian pyramids. I never even heard of these. There's pyramids sitting on top of fucking sand. Now, if that's in the middle of a desert, who the fuck built that? With no running water? Who carried all the water to give these people, bro? Motherfuckers would have been dropping left and right. Like on some real shit though, the pyramids in Egypt, G. Who built them shits and where was the water coming from? Who brought the water, G? Who brought the water? Let's talk, G, because we talking about the times where they saying like, did y'all have a system of mules just running back and forth with water, G? Like, was the slaves just bringing water, G? Like, come on, bro. Let's talk about some realistic shit. Look at all these pyramids, bro. That's starting to let me know, like, the pyramids had a greater purpose because it's a constant thing that everybody's building. And it almost looks like to me to a system of some sort. 18 Egyptian pyramids have been identified. 118 Egyptian pyramids. And we know Egypt, that's one of the first, according to the book, guys, that's one of the first lands. It's one of the first places where people started migrating to. Isn't that where Jesus escaped to? Didn't he escape to Egypt? Huh? Yeah, they took him to Egypt. 118 pyramids there though, right? I don't know, guys, man. These pyramids, I think when we talk about it in school, you kind of just like, oh, they're cool, they're big as ever, whatever. But these things have a greater purpose. And I'm almost certain they were the ticket to outer space somehow. That's my biggest guess. Because we don't talk much about outer space. Like the government, no one really, like NASA, they talk about it, but they don't really let you guys know like the true information on the mass scale. You know what I mean? Like how can we be living on something like Earth, which is surrounded by so much, and they don't talk about it on a mass scale? Like how is it not 5 minutes of every news station to talk about what's going on outer space, the newest findings, outer space? Yeah, look at these pyramids. You can see these from outer space. Like, I feel like they were like landing zones. You get what I'm saying? They're literally lined up with the astrology. That's the thing. Like it's almost like you had to be aerial to know how to line these up with true north, true south, west, and east. And they are lined up per astrology. Wow. And they weren't like, how is that even a thing? Containing crystals, which is highly electric. So it's saying here, the stone blocks used inside the pyramid were made of another form of limestone containing crystal, which is an extremely high electrical conductor and small amount of metal, which allow for maximum power transmission. Now that's important, guys, because when you read a fact like that, it's clear as day that these things were used for power. Clear as day. And when we talk about what we talked about on the last session about in 1893, they introduced power to the world. Cap, G. Cap. It's cap. When we look at an insulated electric cable, the shafts inside the pyramids were lined with granite. Granite, as a conductor, is a slightly radioactive substance and permits the ionization of the air inside these shafts. Wow. When we look at an insulated electric cube, we see that conductive and insulation materials are used the same way as in the pyramids. Bro, they can fucking kiss my ass, all that bullshit they taught us in school. These motherfuckers was lighting up the lands. Niggas was going crazy, bro. They was flying shit. And if you want to know something, I think the UFOs was motherfuckers that was probably already here, bro.
It always has been. No, it can't be. You're lying. Come on, Connor. You see it for yourself, don't you? No need to be blind to reality.
Let's talk about it. Because now these niggas is capped. I'm reading. See, you know what they once said? You don't want niggas to know nothing. You put it in the book, goddammit. You start reading more and you start opening that eye. These pyramids were energy conductors, something of that massive size, right? We're talking 118 of these just in Egypt alone. You don't think word got out across civilizations that this is how to conduct these things? This is how to make power? I'm almost certain that UFOs were humans, human or not humans, but living beings that were already here that figured out a way to bail out, and they come back to see what the fuck is going on from time to time. And I feel like, or they're sharing pieces and bits of information that they find, and they giving it to the tops of the world, the tops of the people, you know, or they may just come back down in our form and be amongst us. Because why would they just leave and never come back to still enjoy or inhabit us as a whole? Like, it's deeper things we got to start thinking about, guys, because it's kind of naive. Like keep in mind, the world, the Earth in general, has over 4K worth of satellites in orbit currently. This is common knowledge. You can look this shit up. Go on NASA, they'll tell you. We have about 4,000 satellites in orbit, all for different purposes. Some are like communication, some are like telephone, you know, from what they say. But we have, what is it? Here we go. 4,550 satellites currently orbit the Earth. And so to not actually let us know if there's extraterrestrial life, and there's been so many different videos of UFOs. Even nowadays, there are clear videos. You can find these things. People have clear as day footage, but they'll say, "Oh, it's a satellite," or "It's this and that." It's cap, G. 4,000 satellites, and no one knows if there's we can't confirm, rather, if there's extraterrestrial life. Cap. 100% cap.
Stop the cap.
The USA has 2,804 satellites currently orbiting the Earth. And they're just in orbit. Like, they just fly around on their fucking own. They're like caught in, I don't know the terminology, but they're caught in a fucking orbit. And they just monitor. SpaceX owns and operates the most satellites orbiting Earth. Elon's going fucking nuts. Yo, Elon's crazy. Elon knows if there's extraterrestrial life. Like, think about this. Elon Musk knows that there's extraterrestrial life, or rather, if there's extraterrestrial life or not. He's one of the ones who truly knows. There are 4 types of orbits around Earth that you will find satellites in. Low Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, highly elliptical orbit, and geosynchronous orbit. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck any of that means, but there's 4 different types of fucking orbits. See, this is shit that's interesting. Like, we gotta start looking more into what's in space, guys. There might be answers. Like, we don't even know what's really in space. Like, what if there's literally like neighboring shit that's like low-key not hard to travel to that we think is hard to travel to? Wow. 63% of them are for communications. 22% are for Earth observation. Hey, you motherfucker. And like, we wouldn't even notice, like, on some like everyday human being shit, if we didn't stop to be like, hey, yo, what's in outer space right now? Like, what do we know about outer space? 22% of these satellites are for Earth observation. That's literally, yeah, that's like 1,000 satellites. That's a quarter of the satellites, bro. Out of 4K. So it's got to be like 1,000 for just Earth observation. So that lets me know that at least half of those are like observation, what's not looking inwards toward Earth, and another half is like looking inwards toward Earth. It could be, clearly. Or that they won't tell us that are active. You get me? And another thing that's really scary to think about, right? They tell us that dinosaurs were extinct because of a meteor, right? But we don't really have anything to defend us from another fucking meteor. Who's to say that another meteor can come in and just wipe us out now? But no one talks about it. We actually don't have like a defense for meteors, I don't think. Especially one that can wipe out dinosaurs. Do we even think dinosaurs are real? But why would they make those up? That's always been the question. When people are like, dinosaurs aren't real, I'm like, yeah, but why wouldn't they make those up? Like, why would they make up dinosaurs? Wow. And to say that there's no evidence of aliens, like, bro, aliens, bro, if we know what we know about UFOs and possible aliens, bro, we know they doing some shit we can't figure out. There's people been trying to reverse engineer their shit for fucking decades, and I'm pretty sure we can't figure it out. But maybe that's why we hear about all these fucking underground civilizations. So many civilizations that live underground. Maybe they cavemen. Do you guys see these massive caves that people have to like crawl through? Like claustrophobically fucking crawl through to get through a massive cave? You don't think people lived in these shits? And if they did, why? And why do these cave entrances have such small entrances? Yeah, it's kind of naive to think like, oh, we're the first ones to find this cave. We mapped it out, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. I'm pretty sure those caves had a bigger purpose. Insane, guys. We don't even want to talk about Antarctica. We'll save that one for the next session, guys. Because, whoa, buddy, there's some stuff about Antarctica that you guys might want to know. But yeah, man, let's start taking some interest into what's going on with these pyramids, man. Energy conducting buildings, essentially. And it says right there, made with these crystals inside. That's what we need to start taking a look at, guys. Because what is it with these crystals? Crystals can create energy. Fuck, even a potato can create energy. So is that energy is coming straight directly from the earth? The Giza Plateau, where the pyramids stand, is full of underground water and water channels. Wow. The pyramids rise above limestone layers, the space between them being full of water. These special layers of rock that transmit electricity upward as they carry underground water to the surface are known as aquifers. The high volume flow of the River Nile that passes through these aquifers produces an electrical current. This is known as physioelectricity. So, my question is, there's Tesla again, poking his head into some shit. An identical form of this technology employed in Egypt 5,000 years ago was used by Nikola Tesla, an inventor of electric. How the fuck? And see, this is what pisses me off. We literally just said, what the fuck's going on in the pyramid and how it creates electricity. And then we will put Nikola Tesla and say an inventor of electric technology. How? And he used the same exact technology. That's how you'll get your history washed away severely. At the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, Tesla transmitted alternating electric current through his body to light a bulb he held in his hand without using electric cables. Wow. So if that's the case, then he can fucking touch something and light it up. That's interesting. And so no one cared to elaborate how he did that. It's just, yeah, he did it with no cables. But no one cared to talk about how that was fucking possible. Like, how the fuck did he light something up with his hand, G? A pyramid. Clearly. And I'm pretty sure they don't talk about the channel that was underneath of it, running some water somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't know, man. We got to start doing some research on our own, start learning about the history on our lands, our native lands, man. It's like, it's a lot going on, man. We got to start taking time to read. Read, man. This relief carving shows a wireless antenna. The Egyptian used antenna and cable-free energy for wireless communication. In the relief on the left, in the relief on the left is a carved transmitter with a receiver on the left. This evidence indicates that the Egyptians used free wireless energy for communication purposes. They was already on the phone, bro. They was already leaving voicemails. They was already, because look, didn't the fucking telephone come out like somewhere around that same time? Clearly, right? Yeah, like it had to. It had to have come shortly after the World Fair. Yeah, but Nikola Tesla didn't invent that shit. He found it. I wonder where the fuck what's Tesla's real story? I want to know his life. Like, did he go through jungles or did he like, I don't know. The telephones came out when? 1849. And I'm pretty sure they said they used radio waves for these phones or some shit, right? Like some stupid shit because electricity wasn't out yet. Alexander Graham Bell, motherfucker, didn't invent the fucking phone. He just put his name on it. A switchboard. So no electricity. Fuck my ass, bro. These niggas be lying. Wow. Well, we know that the pyramids were one of the first energy conductors, but they will constantly act as if they weren't using this shit to talk on the phone. And then these guys came and said that they invented the phone. I think they just made the thing portable. If you ask me, I think they made it to where you could have it sitting on your desk. I think that was about it. But I think telephones were already out. I think flying was already out. I think we had planes. But yeah, man. Session Podcast, man. We at Firebird Studios. We'll stay deep in the rabbit hole. That's how this shit get, man. Smoking this dope, getting into this info. I encourage everybody to get up, man. Pick up a fucking book, read, get on the internet. It's free info out here. Even if it ain't the truth, it can at least spark the interest, and somebody somewhere gonna figure that shit out, man. Y'all keep rolling, smoking dope, man. Y'all know what it is. Session Podcast, Firebird Studios. Beside that.